The subtitle of our show is High IQ and Entertainment. That's us. We're right there.
No,
we're like Goldman.
What about the kids who see this and say, I don't have an Olympic swimming pool. How am I ever going to make the NBA? What about their dreams?
And so we tried that in the pool the next day with like a plastic tote and like just pushed it down. And it works. It actually works. That shit works. Hundreds of thousands of listeners.
Hundreds of thousands. An army of 6 Trophies listeners sat forward and went, oh, Zuri, 6 Trophies tattoo. You're on the hook now, buddy.
It's like Mark Cuban. Spurs or Mavericks?
Both.
What?
Yeah, what?
Jason.
Yes.
Next week is the week, Jason. Next week is the week. Zuri, will you play the music, please?
Oh?
Yes. What's that I hear, Jason? What's that I hear?
It's him.
It's him. The Prince of the Dark. Wait, do they call Batman that? Do they call Batman the Prince of the Dark?
I think we call him that now. The Prince of the Dark.
Next week, the whole episode, it's just all Dark Knight. Jason and I accidentally rewatched it. We texted with each other. This fucking movie rules so much, we should spend a whole episode talking about it. That's next week. All the entirety of the episode is just all the Dark Knight. Just Batman and the Dark Knight. And I can't wait, Jason. I can't wait.
I can't wait. I can't wait for everyone to try and figure out how I got these scars. I got these scars.
Fucking Joker.
My God. He was a drinker.
I've been looking at this statue, Jason. I like to collect statues. Right?
Sorry.
Like pop culture
I did not know where that sentence was going. And that was like the most random thing I was not prepared for. I've been looking at this statue.
I like to collect statues. I have a Goro statue in my office. I have a Spawn statue in my office. But I have a Bloodsport statue in my office. But they're all about the same height. They're all about 12 inches tall, which I think is the maximum height a collectible statue can be before you become like a weirdo.
Right. Right. You got to be able to put it on like a mantelpiece or something.
Yeah.
If you have a statue that you need to put on the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I need a special shelf for this, right? But I have been looking at this one, Jason. Oh my God, I feel it happening to me already. I have been looking at this one. It's a Joker statue, the Joaquin Phoenix Joker, and it's him on the steps. Remember the scene in Joker when he's kicking his way down the steps at the end, just having himself a time. Yeah. That's what the statue is, but it's 29 inches tall. 29, and I feel like that's over 2 feet.
Yeah.
That's 2.5 feet, almost 2.5 feet. And I feel like that's too big for me to not be a weirdo anymore. Like if you came in my office and you saw that, you'd be like, let's leave the door open.
I think that this is how here's the rule of thumb in my mind.
Okay, let me hear it.
Can you leap over the statue?
Oh, okay.
From a standing jump, just up over it. I think you can get over that. I think you can box jump that statue. And if you can, that's fine. If you can't jump over it. I think 29 inches
might be tough for me right now. I don't know. I don't know if I could get over 29. I don't know if I could get over 29. The 12-inch statue, I could get over that. But 29's high, Jason. That's high off the ground.
You had to pull those legs up. Pull them up.
Even still. I feel like I'd kick his head right off. Anyway, next week, don't expect basketball next week. It's the Dark Knight.
That's right.
We're running the Dark Knight through the 6 trophies grading rubric. It's going to be a tremendous amount of fun, and I can't wait. I can't wait. In the meantime, you want to start the show?
Let's start it.
Yes, from Wondery. I'm Shea Serrano.
And I'm the Prince of the Darkness, Jason Concepcion.
They should call him that. That's a good nickname. This is 6 trophies.
Hello, I'm Jason Concepcion, and welcome to 6 Trophies, a podcast series hosted by myself and Shea Serrano, in which we comb through all the NBA news from the past week and hand out 6 pop culture themed trophies for 6 basketball related activities. In this episode, the New York Liberty, best team in the league! Exclamation point! Jaylen Brown is breathing underwater, and the Olympics are over, so we can appreciate the Noah Lyles hate bit that he's putting out there. All that and more. Send us some trophies.
We do 2 sets of trophies, the big trophies and the little trophies. The big trophies are first. These ones are the same every week. First up, the Denzel Washington and Training Day trophy, given out to whoever it is who had the best overall performance of the week. This week's winner, the New York Liberty. The New York Liberty.
New York Liberty. Great week. Great week for the Liberty. Coming off the Olympics, they steamroll the Sparks in LA. Final score, not as close as the game was. And then, marquee matchup circled on the calendar. The 2 finals contestants from last year. It's Liberty and the Aces. This era has been about the Aces. And the question has been, who can anyone dethrone them? Can they be beat?
Who can beat them?
Who can beat them, folks? It might be the Liberty this year who look great. They overcame a hot shooting start by the Aces, who, frankly, I think they just look tired. I think they're just exhausted. The New York Liberty are deeper right now, and they have another level that they're going to defensively, playmaking wise. Liberty beat the Aces in Las Vegas, despite the fact that the game day staff was like hitting the smoke bomb machines during the game.
We were trying everything. We were trying everything.
They're just hitting the smoke machines while the Liberty are dribbling up the court. And the Liberty look really good right now. Number 1 defensive team in the league, number 1 net rating. I think the Aces slipping on defense is kind of indicative of everything that's happening with them. Ball looks like it's sticking a little bit, and just frankly, everybody looks tired. Jackie Young looks tired. Everybody looks gassed coming off the Olympics, and it appears that the Liberty, who are deeper right now, have more functional depth, are not dealing with that. And folks, they look like a team that could win the finals. You love it.
They do.
You love it.
And I don't love it. I don't love it. I'm giving this special big whoop. Want to fight about it trophy. Zuri, will you? Zuri, play that clip, Zuri.
Hey, you that Griffin boy's father? Patty Taninger, the caddy manager. Yeah, it rhymes. Big whoop. Want to fight about it?
Big whoop. That's how I felt watching the game. Whenever the Aces play a game, in the regular season, if they win, I'm like, this is fucking concrete proof that we're gonna roll our way to another championship. But when they lose, big whoop. It's a regular. Congratulations on your huge regular season win in August. Hang the banner, New York. Hang the banner.
I'm excited. Listen, the Liberty have been to the finals many times, 5 times. They've never won. This is the best I've felt about this team, maybe ever. I mean, all the pieces are there, and Nigel Laney is not even available yet. 38% shooter from 3. It would be great to have her back, but Sabrina has gone to a different level with her playmaking. In previous years, if her three wasn't falling, it's kind of like she's out of the game, and defensively she was a liability. She's much better defensively now. She's got like all the other weapons now, like the little mid-range, go to the basket, little floaters and stuff in addition to the three. You run her off the three. And, her partnership with Stewie is incredible. Then you have John Quill Jones with like 7 assists in that game. Like the playmaking and the defense have taken them to a different level. I know it's a regular season game, but I'm excited.
You know what's weird? This is a little bit weird. To me. Last year I was really afraid of the Liberty. I was very afraid of them. I knew we were going to eventually play them in the finals. You've got, as you mentioned, Sabrina, just an all-league talent. Brianna, who will finish her career. You have to mention her among the greatest to ever do it.
Yep.
John Quill Jones, former league MVP. And the fucking deep roster of role players who are ready to like go get a championship ring. I was terrified last year. And then when we beat them without our starting point guard, without our starting center on the road.
Yep.
After we did that, I was like, I'm kind of not afraid. I get it.
I need to see them.
I need to see them beat us before I get nervous about them beating us.
I completely understand. I am of the opinion that the Liberty have gone up a level, but that needs to be tested. And again, the Aces, it's not like they're quote unquote worse. Like everybody's in their prime. This is still an incredible roster. I just think, listen, it's an Olympic year. We've seen this time and time again. Teams heavy on. There was 10 Olympians in that game.
That's crazy.
That's nuts.
That's crazy.
10 Olympians in that game, and it just and then you might as well throw Coach Brondello in there, coach of the Australian women's team. So, who can deal with the exhaustion? Who can deal with the more dense playing schedule? And the Liberty's depth is serving them right now. Can the Aces rejuvenate before the playoffs? I wouldn't count it out. But it looks to me, there's obviously the Aces are still mega dangerous, and I still am scared of them. But I love what I'm seeing from the Liberty right now.
I got it. I got to see it first.
Yeah.
I got to see what they do when the playoffs are going and Asia starts roaring. When she starts doing her Asia Wilson, everybody's got to die thing, and it's just roaring. I need to see you beat that before I get nervous. I'm not nervous yet, but they were the best team this week, so they get Denzel Washington and Training Day trophy. They also get the big whoop, want to fight about it trophy. Big whoop, want to fight about it. Next trophy, the Lauryn Hill. You see how fast I just breezed through that because it wasn't about that. Straight through it. Yeah, cool. Just right through that section as fast as I could. Next trophy, the Lauryn Hill. You might win some, but you just lost one trophy. Give it out to a player team who had the worst overall performance of the week. This week's winner, the haters of Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese.
Folks.
If you hate Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese, you had a horrible week.
You had a very, very bad
your week was so bad. Every time I watch these two play basketball, they're breaking a fucking record. Every time. Every single time.
Clark, she's just flowing right now. It seems very comfortable. Her teammates are comfortable with her. There's just like the body language stuff too. Like, I understand they're on a 2-game winning streak, but also like the smiles, like the high fives and stuff was not there.
They're having
before.
a good time.
I mean, it helps that Lexi Hull breaks out of a season and a half up and down funk to like have the greatest career night that she's had as a pro. But Caitlin Clark is like pulling all the strings right now. And then Angel Reese, you just can't keep her off the glass. I mean, like, will clearly be a historic rebounder in the W. You just like can't muscle her off the glass. She's just so
20 rebounds.
It's
19 points and 20 rebounds.
It's just like nuts. It's nuts.
So Caitlin breaks the record for most assists in a season by a rookie.
Yep.
And there's still a dozen games left in the year, which is nuts. She's on pace to break just the overall record, like not even just rookies, like that's ever been done. She's on pace to break that 316 assist set last year by Alyssa Thomas. Angel Reese records her 4th straight double-double. She had 19 points, 20 rebounds. She's the fastest player in WNBA history to record 20 career double, like not the fastest rookie, the fastest player ever to do that.
That's just generational. It's really crazy.
I love this so much that you have these two players who have just become like, all right, this is our league. We're up next.
Yeah.
This is like, we're coming to get it. We want it. I love this thing about, did you see when they played the Storm and the Storm they were not happy with Caitlin Clark. They were not happy with the fever.
There was some salt going on.
Yeah. And I love that they're doing that. I love that Skylar was like, nah, fuck you. Fuck you. I'm gonna, you know what I mean?
She's always in the middle of stuff. It's as
always.
It seems.
I love that about her. I love that she's doing that. I love that Caitlin Clark was like, this doesn't bother me at all.
Didn't even react to it. Just kept
doesn't bother
going.
me 1 single percent. She's just going.
It was good.
Angel Reese the same sort of way. Angel Reese, you knew Angel Reese was going to be good when she got fucking body slammed at the beginning of the season and was like, "Thank you for body slamming me."
I know.
And just kept getting up and like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like these are dogs. These are hoopers. And it's so much fun to watch them play. And now, Jason, they've snuck into the playoffs.
Yeah,
as it stands right now, they're 7-8. There's a chance that they're going to be in there, and those are two dangerous teams. You don't want to play them.
It's not. I'm not saying like they've been up and down all season. Clearly coming on right now, both teams started out bad, now looking a little dangerous. Those are not the teams you really want to play in an opening round of the playoffs as the overdog. Teams with potentially game-breaking singular talents like this.
Yeah, with nothing to lose.
With nothing to lose, just playing free. Just scary players, and it's fun to watch them develop on a game-to-game basis in different ways too, which is so fun because you've got Reese who is under the basket, like hand-to-hand combat down there, has an incredible Shaq-like second jump where it's like it's not about
it's fast. Boom.
It's not about like the first try for the ball. It's that second. Her second jump is like way faster than anybody else's second jump.
Yeah.
And then you have Caitlin Clark, who's just playmaking, shooting now,
all over the court,
starting to put
the
drives together now, and has the space around her with the team really seeming like it understands how to play a kind of like 4-out, 3-out kind of style around her. It's really fun. It's fun to watch them.
We've mentioned this now. I've mentioned this now a number of times, but my favorite types of players in basketball are always the big players who know that they're big. You know what I mean? And this is part of the reason that I really enjoy watching Angel Reese play. If you watch her play, just don't even watch whatever else is happening on the court. Just only watch her. And 100% of the time that she's out there, if she's in the paint, she's just banging into somebody. Just always just
looking for the contact.
Boom, boom, like hunting it, chasing it. She wants that collision. She's so smart about getting people off balance. And just seeing a big player go down low and be big, not pulling up for threes. I'm an old man in that regard, Jason. Give me a big down low. Who's going to put an elbow in someone's throat when they get a rebound?
Did you see that that Angel, it has emerged that Angel's brother, Julian Reese, plays for the University of Maryland. And I guess Angel was like, you don't have that dog in you. You need to go down low and dunk. I'm going to pay you $100 every time you dunk in a game.
That's great. That's great. That's great. I love it.
Yeah.
Just such a fun player to watch. Caitlin's such a fun player to watch. I really, really hope they're able to get into the playoffs. I want to see them in a series. I want to see what that looks like.
It'd be great for the league. It'd be great for the entertainment. It'd just be great if you're a fan of basketball. I hope that happens.
Oh, my God. I can't wait. I can't wait to watch them knock out the Liberty. I can't wait to watch them knock out the Liberty, either one of them. Next trophy, the Dominic Toretto I Live My Life a Quarter Mile at a Time trophy. Given out to a person in the team who made a short-term decision with no regard for future consequence. This week's winner, Dennis Schroder.
Man,
what are you thinking, sir? What are you thinking? What are you doing? Jason, will you explain what happened here?
Now, you'd think this would be about Dennis Schroder turning down a 4-year, $84 million extension a few years ago and ending up with a 2-year, $26 million deal and leaving a bunch of money on the table. Dennis Schroder, known for making wild decisions, so his agent helped with that. But Dennis Schroder back in the news after a really a wonderful showing as a member of Team Germany. Schroder said during the Olympic tournament, quote, European basketball is no entertainment. It's straight IQ basketball, straight coaching. This is an assertion you hear a lot. Then, after the gold, Kevin Durant posted a picture of our Olympians, on the podium with their gold medals, with the caption, quote, high IQ and entertainment. Now Schroder has fired back, saying that comment, that response to his comment, was weak. It was Kevin Durant being weak. What? He continues, you're that type of star and you have to say something to a person like me who not even meant it to be negative. Okay, well, we can argue about whether he meant it to be negative.
Yeah,
he continues, it was just what I see from both sides, and I'm saying, I didn't appreciate it. I don't care. Well, I mean, you do care. I don't care, but at the end of the day, that tweet or whatever he posted was because of me. For me, it was never no negative stuff. I respect all of those guys, all GOATs, but to say that tells me how weak he is as a person.
I think the subtitle of our show is High IQ and Entertainment. That's us. We're right there.
We're like Goldman. High IQ, high entertainment, the perfect pod.
What Dennis Schroder is doing here, what he has done, I just recognized it so thoroughly because I do the same thing with Laramie where I'll make a joke.
Yes.
Make a joke either about her, to her about something, and then she makes a joke back at me and my feelings immediately get hurt. Like so fast.
Yes.
So fast. And I'm like, why would you say that? Why would you do that? I wasn't even being negative when I said so I'm right there with you, Dennis Schroder, but that was a short-term decision with no regard for future consequence because you knew if you say that, Kevin Durant, the king of the internet, is going to hear it. He's going to take a shot at you.
He is going to do that.
And you can't say anything about it because he just won the gold medal. What are you going to do? That's what happens when you win. When you win, you get to say the thing, and that's the final dig at the other person.
Also,
that's all that there is.
Also, you're a net.
Yeah.
Let's get a little. You're a Brooklyn net. Let's have a little humility. Did you see that Jay-Z was asked recently, Nets or Knicks, and he said both, and people were mocking this.
Yeah.
Oh, how could you say both? Not realizing that that's actually a brutal burn of the Nets. This is a man who owned the Nets. I understand
he owns the Nets.
He was an owner of the Nets, and he can't just say Nets. He has to say both. That is a brutal burn on the Brooklyn Nets.
It's like Mark Cuban, Spurs or Mavericks?
Both.
What?
What?
Steve Ballmer, Lakers or Clippers? Both.
Gotta respect them both.
Steve Ballmer would set Crypto Arena on fire if he could.
He would
never say both, but Jay-Z saying both.
He says both.
Is hilarious.
He said it
Poor
in
Dennis
a song.
Schroder.
Didn't he say it? Knicks
the
and
Nets could go 0 for 82.
Yeah, and he said, and then he also said, Knicks and Nets give me high fives. While he owned the Nets.
Yeah. I just always laugh at him saying the Nets could go 0 for 82 And I look at you like this, like
it's a
they
possibility.
almost went. They legitimately almost went over 82 a couple of seasons.
Just put this on your radar. It might happen, but I'm fine.
Next trophy, the Daniel Plainview. I've abandoned my child. I've abandoned my boy trophy, which is given out to a player team you're temporarily giving up on. This week's winner, Jaylen Brown, is giving up on normal workouts. No more normal workouts. Put me in a pool or leave me alone. What is he doing? Why was he doing this, Jason?
I guess this is like a SEAL Team 6. This is just like next level a workout posting. Listen, we're in August. We're in late August. This is that stretch of the basketball calendar where you start getting the workout photos. You know, the videos of centers shooting pull-up threes like in workouts at the gym. Yeah. And Jaylen Brown has come to us with what will be a classic of the format. And it is him in an Olympic pool, like with there's 3 pictures. There's one is he's upside down with dumbbells, holding 2.
Like in a handstand.
50s? Yeah. It looks like 40s or 50s.
40 pounds.
Okay, 2 40s. And he's like upside down holding the dumbbells against the floor of the pool. And another.
This is my favorite one.
Yeah, so he appears to be doing like low rows with one, with his right arm and the 40. And then with his other arm and hand, his left hand, he's dribbling. I guess that's a weighted basketball. Do they actually bounce underwater? Like, how's that work?
I have no idea. I assumed it was a regular basketball and he's just holding it from floating up.
Okay.
That's what I would guess is happening.
And then the final picture is just him in repose. You know, paint me like one of your French girls type pose at the bottom of the pool. And this to me is reminiscent of the famous Outside Magazine article about Kyle Korver talking about his
carrying the rocks
underwater under the water workout.
Yeah.
This is up there with that. And I love it. The Celtics are just doing way too much, and I'm excited.
That's the thing. So you mentioned this form, this art that NBA players do where they show pictures of themselves doing ridiculous workouts or whatever. We see the Ben Simmons workout videos, or we see the Lopez brothers working with Hakeem Olajuwon in the gym, or whatever. We see
Joakim Noah like in an ice tank.
Yeah, they're out there. They're always doing something. But here's the thing. Here's the thing about the Jaylen Brown one. Here's the thing, Jason.
Tell me.
Is he just won Finals MVP and the NBA championship. He just did that right now. So he gets to do this, and you can't say shit about it.
That's
because he's the Finals MVP. He's the champion. He gets to do this, and now you get to go, this is what a championship player looks like. This is what a championship player does right here. You want to be the best in the world. You want to play the biggest, best, most important basketball during the biggest, best, most important time of the year. You got to hold 40-pound weights underwater and dribble the basketball with your offhand. That's what you got to do, because that's what Jaylen Brown did. He gets to do that, and nobody can say anything because he got the trophy. And that to me is awesome.
It's
everybody else, you can make fun of him. You can't make fun of this because he did the thing. He did the thing you want the players to do.
You know what I say though? What about the kids? What about the kids who see this and say, I don't have an Olympic swimming pool. How am I ever going to make the NBA? What about their dreams?
You better find a creek. You better find you better go to the drainage ditch in San Antonio. You better go to Miller's Pond and get in that pond.
You better get in that pond. You better wear some significant PPE protection and do that.
But so a couple of years ago, this is during the summer, we were at the house, and this is during a lockdown. Mm-hmm. Everybody was just trapped inside, and we fortunately have a pool in our backyard. We have a very small backyard, but we like jammed a pool in there. It's maybe I think it's like 11 feet wide, so it's not big, but it's narrow but wide, whatever. and we had watched, just as a family, we watched one of the Pirates of the Caribbean movies, where the one where Johnny Depp walks underwater. I think it's him and Orlando Bloom.
It's the first
and
one.
they hold a boat upside down. Yeah. And they hold the boat upside down and it traps the air in there.
Yeah.
And so we tried that in the pool the next day with like a plastic tote and like just pushed it down. And it works. It actually works. That shit works. Try that for your NBA workout. I love this. I love Jaylen Brown. I think
I love it.
Just keep doing everything, Jaylen Brown. Do everything you want to do, because right now is the time to do it. Because you make the argument. I was the most important basketball player on the court during the biggest games of the year.
You don't even have to make that argument. They made that argument for you and gave you the award.
Yeah, you're right.
That you are that guy.
Yeah, you're that guy. Jaylen Brown right now, you're that guy. Do what you want to do.
And I agree with you, Shea. This is your moment. This is an important moment because who knows? It may not happen again. Maybe it never happens again. Maybe the Celtics never win another championship ever again.
God willing.
You got to enjoy this.
But you did it, so enjoy it. Live it up. Live it up, Jaylen. Do it all. Do everything. Next trophy. The Chief Keef. That's that shit I don't like trophy, which is given out to a player team who does something that we just don't like it. We don't like it. This week's winner, Noah Lyles.
It's really that Noah Lyles doesn't like it. Like, let's just put it
Noah
out
Lyles
there.
doesn't.
Noah Lyles doesn't like it. And what doesn't he like? He doesn't like NBA players, period. He doesn't like basketball.
At all.
He doesn't like pro basketball in the United States and the airs that they put on and the way they present themselves as world champions. We've already talked about that, but here's the latest edition on Shannon Sharp and Chad Johnson's Nightcap Podcast. The inescapable Nightcap Podcast. They had Lyles on. Just play the clip. Play the clip, Zuri.
Is Nikola Jokic one of the best players in the world?
I'm gonna be honest, I don't know who that is.
Okay.
I know.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, it's such a brazen lie. I respect it.
You think he knows? You think he knows who it is?
Fuck yeah, he knows who Nikola Jokic is. Come on.
He doesn't play basketball. He's not interested in basketball.
He won a championship 1 season ago. He's a 3-time MVP.
Listen,
come on.
I couldn't tell you who won the World Series last year. I have no idea. I watched it. I have no idea. I watched every game. I have no idea who won it.
Yeah, but but Jokic, that's like if somebody said Mike Trout. You know, like you would, maybe you don't know the stats.
I don't know who Mike Trout plays for.
Right. But you've heard that he's really good.
Mm-hmm. Is he?
So you would have some sort of opinion. There's no way. There's almost no chance that Noah Lyles does not know, has never heard the name. Who? Nikola Jokic. You've never heard that name. Come on.
I felt like whenever one of the twins would ask me for help with their history homework, and they'd be like, Franz Ferdinand, Duke Franz, or whatever. I'm going to be honest, I don't know who that is.
Archduke Franz Ferdinand.
There it is.
Yeah.
There it is. You heard of him?
I have heard of him. I've heard of
Who does he play for? Who does he play for?
He played for, I believe, Serbia.
Okay.
Oh no, it was the Austro-Hungarian Empire. Sorry.
I want to point out that we're recording this. I can see Jason. He didn't look that up. He didn't type anything. He just knew it. He just knows stuff. It's kind of
a famous. I mean, yeah, but like it's not even a deep cut. It's kind of a famous thing that happened in history.
You're the only person on this recording right now who knew that. Okay. I promise you, Zuri did. Zuri, did you know? Did you know that?
You know
when
what?
I
think we're short on time. Let's move on to the next trophy. I think.
Yeah. See, he didn't know.
What do you think? What is it? Why does Lyles hate NBA players? What is it? What is it? I love. Well, there's obviously. I love a hater.
There's obviously a little bit of jealousy baked in there.
Yeah.
There's a really an interesting clip of him talking about the difference between when the guy who won the 200 meters, when the guy who beat him in the 200 meters, gold medalist, got back to his country, and he was met with like a stadium's worth 30,000 people
going
cheering
crazy.
for him.
Yeah.
Right? And when Noah got back, it was like a couple of people, some people recognized him, but certainly not that. Certainly not that. He's not the national hero.
Yeah.
In the sense that he wants to be, in the sense that he deserves to be.
Agreed.
And so I think that's part of it is he's like I'm amongst the very best in the world. I'm the very best in the world at the 100 meters, and I don't get the treatment that Dennis Schroder gets. You know what
I also think there's a little bit of the Dylan Brooks play, which is Dylan Brooks, I think, very strategically says wild shit because he understands that as a defense first player in the NBA, you have to do that to raise your profile, to get the kind of things that might come easier to other professional athletes, sponsorships, just to raise your profile. And I think that's a little bit of this too. It's like, I'm going to take some shots because how else am I going to get on the radar? How else are people going to start know who I am and talk about me? In addition to the fact that I'm the fastest man alive. Let's just put it right there. I'm the fastest man alive right now.
Yeah.
So how do I get more people to know who I am? I'm just going to say, like, I don't know who the 3-time MVP, current arguable best player in the world is.
Yeah.
Nikola Jokic. I don't know who that person is. He's on commercial. I don't know him. Who's that?
I'm all for it. Keep going, Noah. Just keep upping the Barack Obama. I don't who's that? I've not heard of him. Who's that?
Who's that?
I don't know. Next trophy, Step Brothers Catalina Wine Mixer Trophy. Give it out to the thing we're most excited about for the upcoming week. This week's winner is here, Jason. The WNBA playoffs are creeping up.
Bum, bum, bum.
I love the playoffs so much. I wish that I do wish we had 7-game series in the W. We don't. I think it's coming. I would hope in the next few years we transition over to that. But right now, best out of 5, and then a couple of like single elimination, best out of 3. Mm-hmm. I certainly don't like single elimination, but
me neither.
The playoffs are here.
I'm excited.
They're here.
I'm excited.
I'm so ready.
And I think it's special for us because the teams that we support are certainly going to be back in the mix. No one would be surprised if we saw them match up again. Liberty versus Aces in the finals one more time. But there's a lot of other really fun teams that are looking like they're ready to make some waves, including the Sun, the Lynx, the Storm. There's some dangerous teams out there. Anyone catch your eye?
Well, as we talked about briefly before, I'm really excited about the Fever and Sky having snuck up into the 7th and 8th spot. With the Sky are 2 games above Atlanta for the 8th spot, and the Fever are 2 games above Chicago for the 7th spot. So as long as nothing goofy happens, as long as they don't hit like a 5-game, 6-game losing streak, it feels like they're going to get in there, which is really great. But you always have to be nervous about the Connecticut Sun.
Yes.
With Alyssa, with Bree, and with Dewana. You always have to be nervous about them. You suddenly have to be a little bit nervous about Minnesota, who looks really, really good, passing the ball really, really well.
Best defensive team in the league. They absolutely grind you down defensively.
With a league-leading 23 assists per game, Nafisa is playing great. They have Kayla, who used to be Las Vegas Aces, the sharpshooter, Alana, Bridget, Cecilia. They're. You got to be a little bit nervous about them. Those 2 teams are the ones I'm really like, let me make sure I got my eye on them to see what's going on here. That's it. I'm nervous about them. But after that, like Seattle, I'm not scared of them. Phoenix, I'm not scared of them. I do want to see Indiana and Chicago get in there. But Connecticut and Minnesota are the 2 where you're like, let's be careful when we're playing these 2 teams.
Yeah, that's how I feel as well. Minnesota is the one that kind of scares me. Just the defensive pedigree in a 5-game series, in these shorter series.
Yeah.
That's a real dark horse formula. They are just a pain in the ass to play against, period. Pain in the ass.
What are the things that I do like about, I think, and this is part of the reason that so many people favor the Aces and the Liberty, is that once you get into the playoffs, especially, let's say you're playing a Minnesota team who is just going to lean on you and lean on you and lean on you. And let's say the series goes 5 games. Once you get to like games 4 and 5, it's no longer what defensive schemes can we draw up, what adjustments can we make. It's just who can get shot in the legs the most amount of times and get up and keep walking. And you have a couple of players on the Liberty who will do. Sabrina's going to get up. Brianna's going to get up. Jonquel's going to get up. You have those players on the Aces. We've seen it. Asia's going to get up. Kelsey's going to get up. Chelsea's going to get up. Like Jackie's going to get up. That's why they get the nod over. Like the Aces are 4th in the league right now, but we know they're going to get up. We know Asia's going to roar. You know what I mean? And I don't know, but I'm excited. The playoffs are going to be so much fun. So much fun.
Liberty Championship. It's going to happen this year. This is it. This is it, Shay. This is it. I really feel it. I feel it this year.
We should have a bet. We should have a playoffs bet. All right. I think, let's say whoever's team goes out first. If the Liberty go out first, if the Aces go out first. That's all we're betting on.
Okay. Just
doesn't matter win a championship or not.
Okay.
Whoever goes out first. Hopefully they don't play each other till the finals. But there's a chance they get matched up before then. Yeah. But whoever goes out first, I think Zuri should have to get a tattoo of the winning team.
I think that's right.
That's what I think.
The team
Zuri, will you?
The team that remains in.
Wait.
Yeah, the team that's standing
and nothing,
the longest.
And nothing like crazy, not like huge, but like small. And I think like on
just a small little
under the eye.
Should I in like a teardrop form or just like?
No, like just like across, like like Aces or Liberty right there under.
What
the
about
left eye.
if we do a teardrop under the left eye? If the Aces win, you get a spade or a diamond. Oh, you get the diamond. Mm-hmm. And if the Liberty win, you get a little tiny statue of Liberty.
Oh, that's
as the teardrop.
I can do that. Okay, let me just counter this with my Sparks are not no, they're not going to make it to the playoffs. But how about if
no, they're not in the playoffs.
They're injury riddled folks.
Looking towards 2025. Yeah, a lot going on. But how about if the Liberty and Aces both get knocked out in the first round? You guys have to get a Sparks tattoo across your entire face. How is that?
I accept that challenge. I accept that challenge.
Okay. Yeah.
In exchange for you getting I'm serious, Zuri. Will you get a little tattoo? Small, like this. Like
I would get
no bigger than a penny.
I would get
penny. And it could just be an outline.
I would get that. And I'd also get a 6 trophies tattoo. But let's revisit this in about a month.
Hold on. Everybody heard that. Right now.
Yeah, I would.
Right now, across the country and across the world, 6 Trophies fans just sat forward and went,
hundreds of thousands of listeners.
Hundreds of thousands. An army of 6 Trophies listeners sat forward and went, Zuri, 6 Trophies tattoo. You're on the hook now, buddy. You gotta get it.
I'm not scared. I'm about that life.
You're on the hook now, buddy.
Let's do a little trophy.
Yes.
All right, let's do the little trophy. Wait, you don't say that. I say that, Zuri.
Okay,
No.
all right, you say it.
Jason, do you want to do the little trophies?
Yes, Shay, my co-host. I would like to do that, and you, and only you, have the authority to ask that question.
Let's do the little trophies. These will change each week and are situation specific. They're for the smaller storylines that we want to mention, but don't need to get all the way into. Oh, wait, before we go, I'm going to tell you a story.
Please.
This is kind of gross. It's short, but it's gross. When I was in college, there was a guy that I was hanging out with. We were all hanging out together. And we got to talking about tattoos. When you get in college, you're on your own. You're like, oh, we should go get tattoos. No parents are here to stop us. We started talking about tattoos. And he was like, oh, I got a tattoo. And we said, oh, you do? Well, like, what kind of? And he's like, I'm embarrassed to tell you what it is. So we said, well, you got to say it now. You just told us you have a tattoo. And he said, I have a bunny, like the outline of a bunny. I said, you have a bunny? And he's like, yeah. And you're like examining, it was not on your arms or leg. Like, where's this tattoo? And he's like, well, that's the embarrassing part. Like, I lost a bet in high school. We lost a football game with our rival, whatever. And I had to get a bunny tattooed on my butt. It's small. It's like, the size of a quarter, but it's on my left butt cheek. And we were like, fuck, we got to see it. You got to let us see this thing. And he's like, I don't want to. And he's like, come on, just let us see a thing. And he's like, all right, fine. And he like stood up and he pulled his pants down a little bit. And he was like, it's right here. It's on. And we're looking and there's nothing on there. There's nothing on his butt cheek. And we're like, dude, there's no tattoo. And then he just went, oh, it must have went back in the hole. And I was like, why are you trying to get us to look at your butthole? What an idiot. What an idiot. All right, let's do the little trophies. My first little trophy. The young
That was really funny. All right.
The young Jeezy, I got a 6 cents, I stack dead people trophy. To Grant Williams.
This is wild.
This is crazy. He decides he's going to start collecting basketball cards. And literally on the first day of collecting basketball cards, he pulls a Luka Doncic basketball card worth literally hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Insane pull.
On his first day.
Pull. He immediately called Luka and was like, do you want to buy this off me? Luka didn't pick up the phone. Also,
Luka's busy.
Yeah.
Which is hilarious, by the way. I tried to call Luka, but he didn't answer.
Yeah.
You know him well enough that you have his number.
He said
he doesn't like you
Grant
enough.
Williams was just like, put that on sleep.
That's crazy.
That
Grant
is
Williams has a 6 cents. He stacks
incredible
dead people.
ball. My first little trophy is the $40,000 I am rich trophy to Jeff Bezos. The Amazon founder is reportedly interested in purchasing the Celtics, or at least the portion of it that's for sale. Maybe the whole thing, who knows? But one of the richest men in the world looking to buy the Celtics. The most recent news today says that John Henry, whose Fenway Sports Group owns the Red Sox, owns Liverpool Football Club, has apparently dropped out of the race to purchase the Celtics. So watch this space. Apparently Jeff Bezos in the mix.
My next little trophy, the Sanaa Lathan in Love and Basketball. I loved you since I was 11, and this shit won't go away trophy. That goes to Sanaa Lathan herself, who sat courtside at a Sparks and Liberty game, the game you mentioned last week where the Liberty just ran over the Los Angeles Sparks. In the movie Love and Basketball, Sanaa Lathan plays a basketball player who ends up point guard for the Sparks, and now she's there watching the game, and that's just pretty cool. Shout out Sanaa Lathan. What a cool thing to do.
That's pretty sick. My second little trophy is the Bruno Mars, I am dripping in finesse. It don't make no sense. I am dripping in finesse. You know, trophy too.
That's really good.
Thank you. To the Intuit Dome, working out some kinks, folks. It's open now. Bruno Mars played a recent concert there, and we know we've covered here on the Always Perfect Six Trophies podcast, we've covered the state-of-the-art T-shirt cannons. Steve Ballmer, one of the richest men in the world, said, you know what's unfair about this world? You know what's not right? It's not income disparity. It's not the fact that I have more money than anyone who's ever lived, practically. It's the fact that people can get T-shirts. And they did something to fix it with their advanced T-shirt cannons. Well, the other things that are going on at the Intuit Dome are maybe not up to snuff right now. Bruno Mars played, and frankly, people could not get in for a variety of reasons, including the scanners for the tickets didn't work. They didn't have a system where people could enter a queue to go to the gate. It was just like a mob. It looked like a huge mosh pit around the gate where people couldn't get in. Somebody who was there tweeted, I guess we had a few issues with the no line concept at the grand opening concert of the Intuit Dome. Various problems. And no Wi-Fi. Staff didn't know where stuff was apparently, and people could not get in. But we hope, and we think, and we believe that the Intuit Dome will get its act together and be a cutting edge arena for sports and other events for years to come.
I think this was a smart play by Steve Ballmer to be like, because you know how much he loves basketball.
Yeah.
And he said, I do not want anything to go wrong when we have a basketball game here. So just give me somebody who we can like try shit out with. They were like, what about Bruno Mars? All right, cool.
Bruno Mars reportedly in debt for upwards of $12 million gambling debts to a casino. Get that guy in there. He needs the money.
My last little trophy, the Paul Hogan and Crocodile Dundee. Yes. That's not a knife. That's a knife trophy. To the Utah Jazz, who signed Australian Patty Mills to a 1-year deal for the upcoming season. I love Patty Mills. I'm so happy about this. I'm so happy. Patty Mills was part of my all-time favorite Spurs sequence. Game 5 against the Heat in the 2014 playoffs. When the Spurs effectively win the championship, they pull away. They're up. By the end of they hit 3 threes in a row. Patty hit 2 of them. By the end of the run, Mike Breen just calls this play. Zuri, can you just play? Let's just hear it.
Yeah.
Let's just hear this whole stretch. Let's just hear the final 3, which is Manu hitting it, by the way. It's Patty Mills hits a 3, Patty Mills comes down, hits another 3, and then Manu hits a 3, and the place erupts. Spurs are up 21. They go on to win their 5th championship. It's incredible. Zuri, will you play that, please?
James falling away.
Yes. Misses it.
Rebound,
Leonard.
His 9th board of the game. Leonard pushes out to Ginobili.
Puts it in.
What an avalanche from San Antonio.
What an avalanche. Oh my God. What a great moment. Oh, I miss it. I can't wait to be back.
My final little trophy is the Steve Jobs Here's to the Crazy Ones trophy to whatever crazy, revolutionary-minded, genius, degenerate gambler made the NBA have to clarify their rules on NBA awards voting. Here is a recent memo released by the NBA. Quote, please be advised that beginning with the 2024-25 NBA season, participants in the NBA annual voting process are prohibited from placing any wagers on NBA annual awards categories during any season in which they are voting. Going forward, if you are selected as a participating voter, you will be expected to affirm your compliance with this rule upon submission of your NBA awards ballot. Who fucked up? I need to know. Because what this tells me, first of all, absolutely shocking stuff that the NBA, until this moment, did not have a rule. Did not have a rule against the voting pool, gambling on the awards which they vote on. Okay, fine. They didn't have that rule. Now that's in there. Okay. What this tells us is somebody did it. It was happening. Mm-hmm. There's some degenerates out there that were absolutely gambling on this shit, on the awards that they vote on. And I need to know who it was. I have to know. But this is amazing.
Yeah. Somebody filled in Coach Tyronn Lue for Coach of the Year on their ballot. And we're like, hold on a second. What's going on here? What a hilarious thing to have happen. I know. What are you gonna do?
Somebody
maybe
really
it was not that great of an idea to marry gambling with sports.
But somebody really thought like, oh, I'm cooking now. Guess what? I'm an MVP voter. I'm gonna bet whatever. Jaylen Brown plus 400 to win MVP, and then I'm gonna vote on MVP for Jaylen Brown, and then I'm gonna try and convince all my friends to do it. It's just, I love that this happened. It's so funny to me.
We did it again, Jason. Another perfect episode. We close every episode just by saying the names of underappreciated old basketball players with no context at all, while the theme music carries us out. Zuri, Will you play the theme music, please? I'm Shea Serrano. That's Jason Concepcion. Producer Zuri in the shadows making the noises. See y'all next week. Glenn Robinson.
No, Glenn Robinson. Jared Bayless. Bulls legend, Bucks legend.
Ed Pinkney.
Ooh, Ed Pinkney, Celtics legend. Rony Turioff, France legend. Warriors legend. Knicks legend.
Johnny Newman.